What's up, my dudes? Black Ops again? Seriously? You're telling me, of all of the potential of the next Call of Duty games, the top thing on your list was Black Ops for the fourth time? Come on now, Call of Duty. I mean, we do not honestly love Black Ops that much. Like, yeah, you could say some people liked Black Ops 2 for the multiplayer and the balance of it all and everything, and some people like Black Ops 1, but I would say the vast majority of us enjoyed Call of Duty World at War and the original Modern Warfare better than we did the Black Ops series, so I don't know what their little obsession is with wanting to make another Black Ops game. I'm not sure what's going on there, but of all things, I would have thought they would have went more down the like maybe a modern Call of Duty again. I'm not talking about advanced, I'm talking about modern, okay, like Afghanistan shooting, Desert Storm style kind of Call of Duty that we haven't had in 7 years. Like, why are you making another Black Ops instead of that? I don't understand. And even maybe another World War II Call of Duty. And for the love of God, do not let Sledgehammer, the company that brought the entire advanced systems to Call of Duty, make your World War II Call of Duty game. What kind of sense does this make right here, man? I do not get why Sledgehammer was the one to make World War II, and I think that is a big reason why that game suffered and did not really make it. Like, it's not just because we didn't want a World War II game or, you know, we're tired of the World War II era. That's not what it is. I'm telling you, if Treyarch would have been the one to go in there and make the Call of Duty World War II, that game would have been sick. But no, they let Sledgehammer do it, and so then it's like this weird, it doesn't even really feel like a Call of Duty World War II game, and I don't know, man. It cracked me up hearing David Vonderhaar at the reveal thing for Black Ops 4, and he's out there saying, like, is there going to be jetpacks? No. And everybody's like, yay. And then he's like, is there going to be wall running? No. Everybody's like, yay. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you trying to say here? I'm not really understanding it, because we took all that out in Call of Duty World War II, so why are you acting like it's some big new gameplay changing feature? Like, we already got that last year. We already took all the wall running and jetpacks and stuff out last year, so why are you acting like, oh, Black Ops 4, you know, it's taking out wall running, it's taking out jetpacks, it's going to be the best game ever, even though we had all that in the last game? Like, stop with that. That's over with now. Like, yeah, you should have never brought the jetpacks and stuff in there, but that's in the past now. Now we're back to normal Call of Duty. Stop acting like it's this revitalization of boots on the ground again. Like, we already had that. I'm so confused as to why that is even, like, brought up in a fucking panel. Like, what the hell, dude? But either way, this Black Ops 4 looks just like Black Ops 3. It's to the point now where when they come out with another Call of Duty, it just looks like an older Call of Duty. It doesn't even look like a new game. You remember back in the day when they went from Call of Duty Modern Warfare to Call of Duty World at War? You guys remember that? When it really felt like you were going to a new game. It was like, that's the next game. The graphics look sick. You know, it looked like an advanced game. Well, nowadays, they'll come out with another Call of Duty, and it doesn't even look like a new game. It just looks like an older game. It's just so pitiful. Very similar to how, you know, how they went from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, and there was like a very, very little change in graphical look and the actual look of the game and all that. You could have swore it was Modern Warfare 2 when you saw Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, and that's the same thing that's going on right now again. And some of the stuff I'm seeing in multiplayer, like the Specialists are coming back. Nobody liked Specialist. No one likes that random generation horse shit. Why are they bringing that back? Stop trying to change the multiplayer. Just fucking make it like it was when it was great. Even the Call of Duty World War II, they put so much crap in there that it didn't even feel like an old school Call of Duty with all the different, like the certain classes you had to be, and you couldn't use this gun with that class, and they eliminated all of the customization and the different stuff, totally restricted everything, and it was just terrible. Like, you could only use this perk with this gun, and couldn't use that with that, and you couldn't make any cool different custom classes and stuff. It was just terrible, god awful, dude. And I just do not understand Like, of all things, they picked Black Ops 4. Like, we wanted a fourth Black Ops. To me, at this point, it's almost like they're treating it like a, you guys remember how good Black Ops 2 multiplayer was, so we're trying to make another Black Ops so that you all come back and want to play that, right? That's almost seems like that's what they're doing. Not even that they really wanted to make another Black Ops, it's just that they're just using the title of it to try to get more people back to it because it's kind of known as the, balanced multiplayer in Black Ops 2 sort of thing. So it's just this weird, like, circle jerk Vonderhaar continuing to do Black Ops, and it's just disgusting at this point, in my opinion. I don't agree with it at all. I think it's a terrible choice. I think they would have been way better off just going with a standard modern shooter, and modern guns, all that, Desert Storm type of style. No, Desert Storm's not necessarily modern, but, more in that realm. Get us back in that era, and have Treyarch make a World War II Call of Duty again, and I don't know, hell, make a Vietnam Call of Duty. Don't make a Black Ops 4 that is just so boring. Like, of all, like, Call of Duty is to the point where it's so repetitive and so boring, everything they do with it, that the last thing you want to do is just make another Black Ops. It's so disgusting. I mean, it really is. And when you go in there and look and realize how similar it is to Black Ops 3 with Specialist and just the way everything looks on it, and nothing looks super innovative. I mean, yeah, they got the whole took out the campaign and put in the most recent popular shooter game mode out there, that kind of thing going on. And who knows, man, that may be fun for a minute, right? But it's just, I don't know. Like I've said, if Call of Duty would just bring it back to what they know, not just in a genre sense and in a, like, an era sense, but in a, like, actual gameplay sense, like the way the original Modern Warfare played and the way you made your custom classes and the way all the, how they got really crazy into the, like, it started to become more of a mission system than it was a never-ending zombie survival mode, and they added so much crap to that. It's like, just please, for the love of God, just bring it back to a normal standpoint, please. Now, I was actually interested whenever I saw that the multiplayer was going to have, like, increased health, which it desperately needed. It's been terrible ever since they've made, basically every gun almost a one-shot kill. The Call of Duty's, that's been one of the biggest downfalls of it, is the fact that they made the kill time so quick. So it seems like they're trying to raise that number up, and they're trying to go in there and make it to where to actually heal yourself, you have to, you don't just automatically heal up, which I do like the thought of that. Don't know how good that's actually going to work in Call of Duty, but I do like that idea. Now, Call of Duty is a very small map, fast-paced, it could definitely totally screw that up in a Call of Duty game for sure, whereas in, like, a Battlefield or a PUBG, you can get way more away with that. But I don't know, man. Call of Duty, it's been down a weird road, man. They went through all of this jetpack, Infinite Warfare, good God, worst game ever, all time. Infinite Warfare was terrible. Woo, that was the epitome of worst when it comes to Call of Duty. And then the Black Ops 3 came out and had a lot of advanced movements. They don't need to have any of the advanced movements at all, in my opinion. Personally, I just think that, like, why are you trying to fix something that wasn't broken back in World at War and the original Modern Warfare? Why are you trying to fix that? Like, I understand people want you to innovate, but you never want to change what made it great. You understand what I'm saying? You never want to change those core features that make it amazing. And I feel like ever since the Modern Warfare 2 era and around there, it's just, they've changed such core aspects of it, whether it be like class type setup stuff or, the kill time getting a lot quicker, the map design becoming super basic and made for, the pro Call of Duty players. It seems like every single map feels the exact same now. Every map is just 3 lanes. Everybody go down these spots, and you're basically playing a professional Call of Duty match on every map. Nothing feels unique anymore. That's why these games become so stale and boring so quick, is because there's just no, it's like you're playing something different, but it's similar. They need to have something where you're playing something that feels the same, but it just has slight differences to it, like very, very slight variations of stuff and little additions, but nothing that's like game changing, nothing that's anything that's changing that core. They should have never ever changed that core. And at this point, a lot of people forget what a good Call of Duty is. They've totally forgotten how fun Call of Duty World at War Online was. They've totally forgotten how fun Call of Duty World at War Zombies were in the original game, and they've forgotten how fun the original Modern Warfare was. I know they came out the remastered. That shit was not the same at all, in my opinion, especially when it first came out. The hit compensation was totally different. Everything was completely off. It wasn't even like the same experience at all, so you can't even really say that. But the people that remember how Call of Duty was back in these old days, they will understand why it was good back then and why it's shit now. You know, it's not hard to figure out. It's because they've changed a lot of those little intricacies that made it so great. They've changed just the way that the realism of the way the game felt on World at War, like the grittiness of the game, the way that all the guns felt different. The guns felt unique. The guns actually had kick, you know, all that little stuff, and it's just become a bizarre, deformed turd at this point, basically. So we'll see. I know this video is just me ranting negativity, and I hate to be like that at times, but Call of Duty's got to get their head out of their ass, because they're so lost. They're so lost in what they're doing. I feel like the only reason this Black Ops 4 was made was because of how people were like, oh, yay, Black Ops 3 is going to save Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason they were saying that is because all the other Call of Duties that came out around that time, Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, were absolute terrible. So, of course, Black Ops 3 is going to seem pretty amazing during that time period. But it's like, dude, that does not mean we want another Black Ops. It's like, oh my God. Oh, I'm just so sick of even saying Black Ops. It just tires me, dude. Like, and they don't even have a campaign. They're just using it. The hell, they might as well should have just named it Vietnam. That would have been more cool to have done that and had a campaign in there, an actual Vietnam campaign or something. That would have been sick. Or have, you know, more of a modern shooter or something. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm getting definitely burnt out on the Black Ops thing for sure. So either way, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.